Yo, what up? What up? What up? We back
Yo,
at it. AC Gym, leather helmets. What's
yeah,
good, y'all? How you feeling, AC?
I'm cooling, bro. A little tired, but making it, man. What's up with you?
Same thing, man. We talked about it a little bit off mic, man. Thursday not really our day, man. I got some things I gotta take care of tomorrow. I ain't want you to have to run solo again, so we made a little adjustments. Nothing major. Um, but here we are, episode 10. The name is the name. Fix the franchise. You know, we here. You can find us at L Helmets on Twitter, Leather Helmet TV on YouTube. Um, check us out, man. We got a lot of good things going on, man. We here every Friday at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central. Just talking football, man. And today, we're gonna get into why EA hates us. That's pretty much what we're gonna get into today. But
Yeah,
before we get into that though, we'll talk some NFL. Man, the game on right now.
yeah, man. It's a good game going on right now, man. Dolphins scored right before the half. The
Yeah,
kicker sucked, but
missed another field goal. Yeah,
yeah,
he got the other one blocked. Sorry, but still,
yeah.
you know what
We
I
missed
mean.
the extra point.
He definitely missed the extra point. Uh, JB in the chat already. I ain't really feeling him right now. He got the dub on me earlier,
Yeah, he
so
chipped you up.
yeah. Um, but yeah, NFL man, Tua man. That's one of the things that I wanted to talk about, man. Like I thought it was a concussion on Sunday when I saw him staggering.
Definitely was a
Um,
concussion, man.
they talking about back, but like I really feel like what's up, Eric? I really feel like
He's on Eric. Just
yeah,
fly.
it's Fly.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
fly.
my bad, Fly. I ain't mean to put your government out there, man. We got real names and we got real names on the official stuff. But yeah, I really thought he had a concussion on Sunday. They brought him right back out, real sketchy. He comes out here tonight, take another big hit, and now he's in the hospital, man. I
Yeah.
thought we were past this. I thought we were at a point in the NFL where we were thinking about the player's health first, but that didn't look good for the NFL.
Yeah, definitely did, especially the Dolphins, man. And I know the NFL said that they were going to do an investigation into that. I
Nah,
don't know what came about that, but he played the night which he shouldn't have. Like you said, man, everybody in the world thought that was a concussion, man. He came right back out. I don't understand how he passed no concussion protocol on the
yeah,
way he was staggering, man. Then the night after he got hit, he was throwing up gang signs, like because he got messed up pretty badly, man. So hopefully, what I'm saying, it's not a career ending thing. I'm pretty sure he's probably gonna miss the rest of the season. They say it was like neck and spine, so hopefully it's not a career ender though, man. But that didn't look good for him.
yeah. I'm gonna pause it real quick because we did. I know we both sitting here, eyes barely open, but I got my Monster Energy drink. We ain't getting paid by them.
Well,
But you got your Voodoo Range. That's a good beer too. I can't hear you. Yeah, I still can't. I don't know what happened there. I see you talking. You muted yourself.
yeah, I did. I don't know
Yeah,
what happened.
you muted yourself. Yeah, you good now.
But yeah, man, I don't even drink this, man. My wife drank this. I just stole it
That's
out the refrigerator, bro.
that's definitely a good beer though. I messed with that. Yeah. So but yeah, shout out, cheers, man.
Yeah, man.
But talking NFL, man, like that's definitely a ugly way to end like what I thought was another good week of NFL football. Your Vikings pulled off a great victory. They cost me 300.
Good.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
shouldn't have bet against us, man. So what you took the spread or
The
what you
spread, the
took? You
spread.
took the spread. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So my thing with teams that ain't my team. I don't care if you win. Just don't
Yeah,
mess my spread up,
yeah, I
just don't
feel.
mess my spread up. And the thing with the Lions, man, it's one of those teams, man. Like we covered them a lot with Hard Knocks, and it just seems like it's a team that's going to find a way to lose week after week, or find a way to put themselves in a position where they got to close out a game, or it's just young and make a lot of mistakes. So I feel
Yeah,
bad for Campbell, but you know, I mean, I think that's going to be the legacy with those Lions until they can get over that hump.
They jumped on us early, man. But I'm gonna tell you what changed the game, man. St. Brown got hurt. His ankle.
Yes.
He
Yeah.
hurt his ankle. And so you know what I'm saying, he was killing us early. And that affected them because they were doing a lot of crossing routes and it was killing us with the crossing routes. And then he got hurt and he wasn't as explosive and he was taking plays off. That was taking him out of the game. So that allowed us to creep back in. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, then of course our defense, we haven't allowed a point in the fourth quarter in 3 weeks yet. So, you know what I'm saying? That allowed us to take over. It is what it is, man.
You always getting monkey kicked by the Eagles, so that stat is a little skewed. So I mean,
that's because of Mr. Kirk want to throw interceptions in the red zone. You know what I'm saying? But hey.
But you know, you say you guys pulled that victory out. You know what I mean? The boys, you know what I mean? Rushing the boys. You know, they did what they had to do with them Giants. But I you know, it's funny. I expected that. You know what I'm saying? The Giants 2-0. Richie was in the chat. You know, talking crazy. You know what I'm saying? The New York fans in general, they get so excited about the little things because they don't win much anymore that you realize, like, y'all still the Giants. Daniel Jones is still your quarterback. And he actually played a good game.
Yeah, I had took the Cowboys to win the game.
Yeah.
I had a feeling.
Plus one underdog? Come on. That's give me money right there. I mean, it's kind of like a pick-em, but
your boy finally showed up. It's been a quiet 2 weeks for your boy Lamb. He still had a big drop, another big drop.
That drop was crazy. That drop was crazy. But the Thursday night game was a little bit of a snooze fest division battle. This is back. No, okay. So AFC North teams. It's Bengals are AFC, but the Dolphins are because last Thursday was what Steelers and who Steelers played last Thursday? Steelers and was that the Thursday game? Last Thursday's game? You're muted again, you see?
Yeah, I don't know for whatever reason, man. It might keep going out, so it's muting on its own. But hopefully it's cool. Oh, but it was the Steelers and the Browns last Thursday.
Steelers Browns. So AFC North with the Bengals on here now, and this week too. But they're playing the Dolphins. It's not. I mistakenly said it was a division battle, back-to-back weeks. But this is the Bengals and Dolphins. But last week I see you had that game. It was a bit of one of those classic AFC North division battles that you kind of used to seeing. And the Steelers are one of those teams that are going to play defense. I thought with losing Watt, you was going to see a decline in the defense, but now they play some good defense.
Yeah. I think there was a lot of good games. Like the Raiders and Titans was good.
Real good. That was a good game.
Chiefs and Colts was good.
Surprisingly, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be a massacre.
I took the Chiefs -7. Obviously, you know that didn't work out.
Yeah, I took him head up. Man, I just need Jonathan Taylor to do something.
I mean, we'll get to that. You don't need it, but we'll get to that.
I need it. And of course, you know the Dolphins and Bills. Even though you know Tua should have been playing, but that still was a good game.
They pulled that game out, even though they was getting dominated. You know what I'm saying? Like the Bills beat themselves, and that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about too. Like everybody talk about how good Josh Allen is, but he turns the ball over a lot, man. Like, and the defense has bailed them out multiple times. You know, last year and this year now. You know what I mean? Like, how can they survive with him being so reckless with the football?
I don't know because the defense that took a lot of hits with injuries, man, in secondary.
Exactly.
So I don't know. They're gonna have to win a lot of shootouts, and I don't know that run game, man. I feel like they need a run game, man. Like Josh Allen can't be a best runner every.
I mean, they're cycling through 3 running backs. I do think they need to just settle on a guy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody talks about how the running back position is devalued. Most of the time, you got these guys. I mean, some like the Patriots did it well for a long time. You go with the hot hand. Whoever's the guy that's going, that's who they get the ball to. You know what I'm saying? And you see a lot of teams do that. Like we talked about the Lions a little bit. They do that. They do it well with Jamal Williams and Swift. Like Swift hurt, so like Williams is the primary guy. But when they're both healthy, they'll go to the high hand. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I've seen Williams carry the ball more than Swift some games. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
like
against us, he did.
yeah, so it's okay to have multiple backs, but it's good to have a bell cow like a Chubb or Derrick Henry or somebody like that, somebody you can count on to get you that extra yards. You know what I'm saying? So I do think the Bills need a guy like that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
but
We'll see though, man.
Yeah, overall, good week of football, man. We got some good games. We got some good games lined up this week. It's a travesty that the Chiefs Bills game is a 1:00 game on CBS, but we, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. That should be a prime time type of game.
Definitely
right
should have been. What's the primetime game?
It ain't that.
No. Hold on. Nah, the Chiefs and Bucks is the primetime game this week.
Oh, it's Chiefs. Hold up.
Yeah, Chiefs and Bucks at 7:20.
What the fuck am I talking about? Like,
Yeah.
when is the Chiefs Bills game? I was looking at the schedule because for tonight.
Is that week 5? Let me see.
Is it next week? No.
Nah, you off a couple weeks.
Yeah, so it's a 4:25 game on week 6. Damn, I didn't know I was that far up in the schedule, but yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the schedule now. You know what I'm saying? You got you guys go to New Orleans. You know what I'm saying?
No. Well, we're not in New Orleans. We away, but we playing in London.
True.
Yeah,
you guys are across the pond. That's a 9:30 game. I'm definitely getting my bets in tomorrow, so I ain't worrying about that.
That's gonna be an early game, man.
Washington comes to Dallas.
I got y'all winning that game, man.
I think we should win that game. They're talking about Dak coming back. I wish he just sit his ass down. Denver at Vegas should be a good game.
Yeah, Dak trying to come back because Cooper Rush balling, man.
Coop out there looking good. I think the LA Chargers Houston game. I think that's a game Herbert should sit out because he didn't look healthy at all.
Yeah,
this past Sunday.
That's why I had took who did they play? I forgot, but I took the other team that win. I forgot who they played.
Yeah, I didn't touch that. I didn't touch that game because of the injury to Herbert. Yeah. But they played Jacksonville, and Jacksonville just mollywopped them.
Yeah, I took Jacksonville.
Yeah, that was a good call on your part. But yeah, so I mean that's NFL for the week, man. Wasn't really much going on, but y'all know.
Question before you go on, man. So speaking of Jacksonville, they got the Eagles on the road.
Mm-hmm.
Doug Peterson goes back to Philly.
Goes back home.
You think Eagles leaving 4-0, or you think Jazz can upset them?
I do, man. Honestly, and I don't know how many Eagles fans in the chat. I think that's the best team in football, man, right now.
Yeah.
And the thing about it, it's not just their offense. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody can score in the NFL. And there's a couple teams that probably can't score. But everybody can put points on the board.
Yeah.
But that front seven is ferocious. Then you got Darius Slay playing MVP, defensive MVP caliber coverage out there. I saw it today. He was third in the NFL for passer rating for passes thrown his way. I think J.C. Horn and one other person was ahead of him. And like the guy is just playing out of his mind. And I think the back half of last year and leading into this year, he's just been playing out of his mind. So I do think the Eagles are going to probably beat them by at least 10.
That's tough. 10. It's spread like 6.5 right now. So
yeah, 6.5 points. Eagles are a 6.5 point favorite. I just don't think they have enough, to keep up with the Eagles. And I think the defense can keep. And the Eagles' defense obviously is superior to their offense. I just think it's a matchup. It's a bad matchup for the young Jags, man. What was you thinking?
I don't know, man. Like the Jags' offense has been. Hey, they played some. They haven't played no bums, like, and you know what I'm saying. I mean, they lost week 1 to the Commanders, of course, and then they beat the Colts, and then they beat the Chargers. But I think the Eagles. I think the Eagles gonna blow them out, though, man.
Yeah. So look back at that Commanders loss today and how that loss looked. You know what I'm saying, compared to how like week one, where everybody thought, okay, the Commanders got a good front seven, they'll be a pretty solid team. I don't think the Commanders are good at all, and I watched us lose to them after me saying that. But division games are different. I don't really like even if the Eagles, the Giants, or the Commanders came into Dallas and they were 0-15. I still would be like, yo, I don't know about this game. You know what I'm saying? Because it's still one of those division games. I do feel like anytime we face the Giants, I do feel like we're gonna beat them. I just feel like we just got their number. But the other two, you know what I'm saying? Like I always expect like, you know what I'm saying, a slobber knocker. But I look back at that loss for a team like Jacksonville coming into a team like Philly who was playing like at the level that they're playing, it's just set up for a blowout. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. But, I mean it's an early game, so if the Jags are going to win, it'll be during that time. Because like we played them at night, Monday night, and you know, Kurt in primetime games is terrible. But it's an early game, so I mean the fans ain't gonna be as rowdy.
You crazy. My people's be up there at 9 a.m. You know what I'm saying? Tailgate. You know, we right down to I-95. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they be up there. They be my man at work is already talking about they going up. You know what I'm saying? Like, so these dudes, man, like some people don't even go into the stadium. They just be in the parking lot the whole game. You know what I'm saying? You know how tailgating is, but you know what I'm saying? Eagles fans is different, bro. Eagles fans is different.
Yeah, we'll see though, man. I'm hoping that the Jags upset them. You know what I'm saying?
I think we all. You know me. I'm. This is my division. I need them to lose.
Yeah.
But you know why we here, man. EA Sports. It's not in the game, bro. Like it's really not in the game.
Oh.
You know they pegged this one at pause. They yeah, super pause. They called this one the most polished version to ever be released. And I gotta admit, man, I enjoy the actual game. You know what I'm saying? The gameplay itself, if I had a game without any quirky, weird stuff, like I feel like it's smooth. The players, you know what I'm saying, the players are moving smoothly. I feel like I have more control over the game than I've had in the last, you know, since next gen pretty much. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, I haven't had as much success as you. The game terrible.
The game is bad. You know what I'm saying? The game is bad for the simple fact, like, you know, what we bought the game for, we can't even do, you know. And then, you know, before we even get to that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you drop this game and like modes weren't working from day one. You know what I'm saying? People couldn't even get online for their cash cow MUT. You know, this is the week of the launch. You know, so people couldn't get online to play MUT. People can't, you know, play head-to-head games, getting kicked out. You remember when we were playing on the trial? Before we fast forward to the beta because I understand like the beta is wacky like that because we couldn't play. We used to be able to play head-to-head on betas.
Yeah,
and you couldn't even do that with this beta, which should have been a sign. But we'll fast forward to the trial time. I couldn't. You remember I was like, yo, I can't play anybody. I can't even get online to play. But you were like, I'm playing. I can play online. But I was one of the people that couldn't play online. That's a glitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's things like that that continue to add up throughout the entire cycle to the point where it's like, EA, how did y'all release this like this?
I don't know. I just don't get it, man. You have a whole year. You're working on this game after you release, you know what I'm saying, the game. You should already be working on the next one, like fixing like the bugs and junk that you see in 23, okay? So you're already working on it for 24. Like, but I don't know. And they need to hire, who they need to hire is those guys to be throwing those mods. Like, you know what I'm saying? Those PC mods and shit. Like, that's who they need to hire to do the games, man.
But you gotta think about those guys that do those mods. They're passionate about modifying games. You know what I'm saying? So when they're modifying Madden, when they're doing their mods on, Call of Duty and I saw some Elden Ring mods out there, like, the NCAA, like it literally cats have the NCAA 14 running as if it just came out this year. You know what I'm saying? It's leagues. You know what I'm saying? I've just never got into, playing on PC, but it just seems I watch streams all the time of guys playing legitimate NCAA college football dynasty, and it looks way more enjoyable than what we're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this is a game that came out, what's that? Almost 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So EA, man, like we paid $70 for the game this year. You know what I'm saying? Like some people paid $100. I don't even understand that.
Yeah, I'm not doing that no more.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't play much, so I don't really care about the stuff that come with it. But again, you're charging people for something that's broken with it. Like imagine going to Best Buy, right? You're like, yo, I'm gonna grab this new 70-inch, put it in a man cave, I'm gonna hook it up, and you get it home, and it's a big crack in the center of it.
Thanks.
And they're like, nah, you got rock with it like that. It's a glitch. Nah, dog, is broke.
Yeah, I just don't understand how you can continuously fuck up a game, and they're not doing anything to get better because they don't have no competition. Like, there's no competition against them. Like, ain't no 2K football, no nothing. Like, they don't have no competition, so they know we're gonna buy Madden every year because we want to play NFL football. Like,
so there's a couple things that EA has going for them. There's no comp. This is America, and football is king. You know what I'm saying? And they have mud.
And they got the. Oh no, go
ahead. No, you said you.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say they got the license with the NFL. So,
right.
Yeah. What is it called? It's called something. I can't think of the name right now.
But yeah, they're the only ones that can, they own the NFL rights, you know what I'm saying, for the gaming rights. So, you know what I'm saying, I talked about MUT, as long as these people are buying and dropping, millions of dollars into the game, they don't need us. They don't need the people that don't play, and that leads me to, these guys on MUT have been striking. You know what I mean? It's going around. It's hashtag MUT strike. And they've stopped buying packs. They stopped putting money into the game because not only is the game bad, they're getting horrible odds on the packs. So you're dumping money into it. You're spending all this money and you're not getting any return on your investment, which is, a wild concept to think that you're ever going to get return on investment on something you already paid for. Now you're dumping more money into, and there's no financial return. It's just literally like you're doing this for fun. You know what I'm saying? So there's never the value is never going to be equal. You know what I'm saying? Because you're putting real money into something that doesn't return, come back to you in any kind of way. But again, you still want, if I think about it like this, when I'm playing MLB The Show and, I build my stubs up and I spend them on something, the more stubs I spend on the pack, the more rare the pack is. So there's more opportunities at rarer cars. Yeah. So I'm guessing that's the same correlation to MUT, where if I'm spending money on a certain style of pack, I should have a better chance at getting, some of these more rare cards. And it's not happening. But, these guys are getting ripped off. It was a guy I was listening to him on Twitter because I searched the hashtag. He spent $1,000 since Madden launched. Dog, it's September.
Man, all right. So first off, bro, the game's too trash to do that. Like, I still understand. Like, do they get paid for? I mean, I don't.
Some of them do. You know what I'm saying? It's like a write-off in some cases. I was listening to the guy Eric Rayweather, who always has good content about Madden. He always keeps us up to date and informed. I was listening to him also. He was saying like content creators, that's their job. You know what I'm saying? To build super crazy teams, broadcast, get paid. So they're getting that money back. So that's a literal case of getting a return on your investment. You dump that money into it, you get a better team, you perform better, you get more views. But here I am now, and I'm dumping this money. I'm not getting the results I want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, Madden is a game we all love, obviously. We got it, like this whole show was created around our Madden league, and it's just like it's broken in all phases of the game. And here it is, your cash cow. You're the people who are keeping this thing afloat for you. Now you're not taking care of them. And I was thinking about it today. I saw Roger in the chat. He said he got return man when he got superstar. Messi had Miko Hardman, one superstar. He got return man. BK had Kadarius Toney. He got return man. So it's just like, yo, there is no logic to the game. There's nothing. It just seems like the minimal effort put into releasing this copy this year. You know what I'm saying? It was like, okay, we sharpened it up. We put a new feature in there. Here you go. So I don't know, man. I feel like I'm going crazy. I know you. I mean, you seem pretty frustrated with the game. You know what I mean?
Definitely. And I haven't even really had time to play it like that. But the fact that when I do get on and play it, I'll just be like, hell no. I just don't even want to play it. Like I get on, play my game, and I get right off. I don't want to practice. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to play nobody head to head to get better. Like I have no energy to deal with how trash the game is. And I feel like the beta was better than what the game is
it
now.
Always
like,
is. It's a stripped down. It's like a raw form of the game. It's like and you know what's funny? It's like maybe this is what they're grading when they're going through the process of testing the game out. They're playing the same beta we play, so they're like, oh, this feels great. What did you do from the beta to the launch to turn it into this? You know what I'm saying? I know it's like a bare bones version of the game. Then you add all the stuff to it. That's probably what kills it. But here we are. It's like the franchise has Madden 22's franchise was bad. Mm-hmm. This year's worse.
And they said it was going to be better. Like they was add more stuff in.
Man. So they bailed on us because it's a franchise. In the middle of all of it, they bailed on us and said, "Hey, we're not doing any more updates."
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, you promised us these updates, you didn't deliver on the updates, and here we are. Okay, you know what? They're definitely gonna put those updates in 22. Here we are in 22, and again, and the franchise is worse in a worse state than it was before. What do you think about that, man?
I don't know, man. I just feel like if they were to not say what they're going to add or not add and just do it, it'll be different because you're promising us this stuff, right? And you're not delivering on it. But if you wouldn't tell us like, hey, we're doing this new, new recruiting joint, new draft joint, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if they wouldn't do that type of stuff or they wouldn't say it and just add this shit in there, mm-hmm. we wouldn't complain so much because you can be like, oh, they tried to add this in their head, but, so they still got some stuff to work on, blah, 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 blah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
so you're a fan of under promise, over deliver.
Yes. I'd rather not know You know what I'm saying? I'd rather not know what you're adding into the game or taking out of the game and just see it and okay, oh shit, like damn, they added
Oh,
some
they
new
put that
junk
in
in the
there.
game.
Oh,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But when
coaching
I go
carousel,
in
man.
like, yeah, you know, oh snap, they post but here we are. Oh, they finna add this new recruiting junk, like this new scouting. They added in there and it's all jacked up. Like this the shit you promised us? Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, so I'd rather the latter. Like, don't tell me, like.
And I can understand that point, especially with them failing as much as they have. You know what I'm saying? But like for my money, I got an expectation. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't play about this bread. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm putting my money into it, I need to know what I'm paying for. But you're also lying to me by telling me this is what I'm paying for. You know what I'm saying? So I get that's why I get where you're coming from. With just shut up about it and do it. You know what I'm saying? Like don't keep telling us all this stuff is coming and nothing's coming. You know what I'm saying? Like, one of the big things you talked about early on one of the earlier shows was the free agency and how awesome that was. You know what I'm saying? I've watched videos of guys because the free agency is a little different. You know what I'm saying? Guys are going to these teams without offers. And then when you advance, they back in free agency. Like, what?
Yeah, they just messing it all up. Like, oh shit, case in point. Remember I re-signed my guy, right?
Yeah.
I re-signed my guy, turned the game off, cut it back on to play my game, and he was asking for another contract, and then he didn't want the contract that he originally signed for. Like,
yeah. So what I figured out, and this is crazy that we have to figure this stuff out through trial and error. If you're online and you're in your franchise and it times out, it's gonna revert back to whatever it was happening before then. So when I make some changes, I'll back out of the franchise, then go back in because that locks in my changes.
yeah.
So when I do that, so I've had success with that. But it's like, why do I have to do that? Why do I have to operate as if I'm freaking working on the paper where I gotta save it? Even Word has auto save now. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, Baj, I talked about it a little bit earlier. Baj asked me how do I feel about the gameplay. Like I said, I like the game because I feel like I have a lot more control. I like the user. I talk big game, and I like to play. I like to be in control of what's going on the field. And I feel like this game is really, really good if you just fix all these issues, man. Just fix the game. Fix it so we can be able to play our franchise and not worry. Like I'm worried about the offseason. Here we are in week 13 or whatever we in, and I'm like, yo, we might not make it through an offseason because that's where all the trouble is happening at. That's where franchises are falling into like a death trap of, you're either caught in the draft loop or you're caught in that. Like I was thinking about simming the whole offseason, right? So I'm watching a video of a guy. He simmed this whole offseason, and half of the franchise was stuck in week 5 of the preseason or week 4 of the preseason, and half of it was in the last stage of free agency. So I'm like, what?
Bruh. Game is bad, man.
So
they just have no respect for franchise, man. Like that's what
at
it
all.
is. Like
again, we talked about Mutt, and that now they pissed off. Hopefully something comes for that, man. I saw some real famous people tweeting about it. Micah Parsons was tweeting about it. A lot of other football players was tweeting about it, and it's like these are the people that'll get EA's attention. They don't want that kind of attention, and when the bank starts hollering at you, then you start then some changes start to happen.
yeah.
So with all that, they released a little minor update a couple days ago, some stability improvements. I don't even know what that even means. And then with that update, they came back and said a big update to address some concerns from the community is dropping mid-October. So here we are. We got to wait 2 more weeks for a maybe.
It's gonna come mid-October, like, yeah, we pushing it back to November.
So here we are with our mid-October patch notes. Mutt is completely fixed. Franchise, you guys got to wait a little while. That's kind of how we feel, man. We just feel second fiddle to everything else these guys have going on. And like I said, man, like I like the game. You know, I really wish the O line was a lot better. You know, the AI is just terrible. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's horrible.
And on paper, it's a pretty good O line. It should perform better than it does in the game. And I look at somebody like a Zach Martin, who is the best guard in the game and hasn't given up a sack in since his rookie year or something crazy. I don't know the stat off the top of my head. And like he's getting beat by a 61 overall D tackle. Come on, bro.
Hey,
come on.
It seems like everybody D line be dominating, but I got Bosa.
You got a crazy D line. They don't even get busy.
I got Kinlaw and Armstead, and these guys be having all day to throw the ball. I'm like, what? Like, make that shit make sense, man. Come on.
The young boy Drake Jackson, man, he be getting back there too, dog. Like, I appreciate that. But again, like it just they pick and choose, man. Madden pick and choose who they want to fuck with each game after game. You know what I'm saying? Some games it's just not messing with you. You know what I'm saying? And other games it's like, all right, well, here go all the gifts your way. You know, and that's one of the things like we can deal. We can live with that. We can live with that part of the game. You know what I'm saying? Because we know sometimes Madden going mad, and we've been saying, I got Madden since 17, 18. You know what I'm saying? But what we can't tolerate is normal functioning things just not functioning. If I set my depth chart, that's my depth chart.
I
shouldn't get into the game and my third string cornerback is now my starter. Come on, dog. Like, why would you do that? Why would you revert my draft, my depth chart to something that I ain't even originally have? You know what I'm saying? Like, you just chose to do whatever you want to do with my depth chart.
Yeah, the game just be doing whatever, man. Like, for real. Like, what's like not this game, but the last game, I had did my weekly training, right? So did my weekly training, you know what I'm saying? Howard got a throw power. No, the first time he got like awareness upgrade, right? So okay, I went into practice mode, came out of practice mode. They was asking me to do weekly training over again. Granted, it worked out for me because the second time I did it, he got a +1 throw power, but that's just simple shit. Like, come on, man. I just did my training, the upgraded Howard, you know what I'm saying? And then come out of the practice mode and you asking me to do the same shit again. Like,
another big thing that's been happening in our league, especially guys hitting their Div requirements and then not getting the Div upgrade after the game.
Yeah.
And you know what comes with that, man? Your loss. Like, yeah, we'll go in and put your upgrade in, but that XP, it's substantial on especially if you got a rookie that gets D'd up. It could be a rookie from normal to star. You might mess around and get 20,000 XP for that. You know what I'm saying? And then you're not getting that. Then you got games not saving. You know what I mean? You took an hour of your time, and all of us are busy. Most of us are, grown as hell with kids, family, jobs.
Yeah.
Sitting down playing an hour-long game of Madden only for the game not to save. Especially if you beat the brakes off somebody and them stats is lost. Come on, dog.
Yeah,
or in the case with you and DC, he decides to run it back. And,
oh yeah, I don't know why he did that shit. He had
absolutely mollywopped the second time around. And I respect it though, because I feel the same way.
14. Nah, hell nah. 41-14. I think we were about to go into the fourth quarter, and he lagged out, and then he was like, "We could run it back if you want to." And I was like, "Man, you were winning. It's up to you." And he did, and I beat him. And I was like, "Man, I wouldn't have done that shit." First off, that was like an hour wasted already, and then that's another fucking hour. Like, hell nah. He said he not doing that shit no more though.
I hope he learned. You know what I'm saying?
I end up picking him off like 10 times the second game.
Yeah, I hope he learned, because I mean the noble thing to do, and especially if it's a close game or I'm only up by a touchdown, 10 points, even 2 touchdowns. Man, let's run it. You know what I'm saying? Because if I got up by 2 touchdowns, I can get up by 2 touchdowns again. But sometimes when you like, one of the things I hate is when I get up big early.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I get up big early and I hold on to that, and then the game lag out, nah, you got to give me my dub. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I thought he was gonna take dub because he was whooping my ass like no cap.
So, but yeah, man, my last thing on EA and the franchise and Madden and the game itself is just like we put a lot of work into this thing, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I put a lot of work into it. You put a lot of work into it. Undisputed, Baj, Frost, like the guys in the commissioner chat, Smitty, you know what I'm saying? We getting up out of bed to sim the league, getting up out of bed to do upgrades and stuff like that. And then the guys in the league dedicated, coming in, you know, I know I'll be kind of like going crazy about getting the games played, getting them scheduled, you know what I'm saying? And it kind of, you know, for me, it feels like a damn second job. I can only imagine for these guys, you know what I'm saying? But they still, you know, get it done. They still play their games. They still do what they got to do, only for it to be like, you know, a lackluster effort from EA. You know what I'm saying? And we can't have that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I hope, you know what I'm saying, everybody shining light on this and, you know, the community getting behind it and putting a little pressure on EA. Hopefully they'll, you know, make some changes, man. That's all we can hope for.
Hopefully, but their track record says they're not.
So, off of EA, man, before we get up out of here, man, we talk some fantasy football. I'm gonna send it your way because I really don't got nothing to say fantasy related. Boy,
well, man, you got a big matchup this week, man.
Yeah, go ahead. It's on you. I told you that.
You got a big matchup this week, man. You might upset me, man. You know what I'm saying? You got some favorable matchups. Like you got 2 guys playing right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm monitoring that. You know what I'm saying? They ain't really doing too much right now.
Ain't doing nothing.
But yeah, man. You know, I'm still head honcho right now at the moment. You know, followed by I think Baj.
Yeah, Baj just got out of there with a victory over me. You know what I'm saying? Like. It's one of those. It's like fantasy is one of those things where it's like the shoulda, coulda, woulda game. Oh, I should have played this person. I would have did if I would have did this. Da, 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 da. Hey, Richie, we appreciate you, man. Thanks, brother. Richie says salute to all the commissioners, man. We definitely appreciate you.
He's trying to say that so we want to suspend his ass this year. Nah, I was just joking, man. Appreciate it, Rich.
But yeah, you know, that's fantasy. Fantasy is just a long form gambling. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, you go your bets every week. You're like, I would have just, you know, went this way, I went that way. Fantasy is just a long form version of that. And you know, right now you playing it like a champion, man. I liked your team before the season even started, and they performed, especially Lamar. I knew Lamar was just gonna go crazy this year, man. Barring any injuries, like that was a steal, man.
I was like, damn, they gonna let Lamar sit here. I'm about to take him, man. I'm
glad he was coming back around to me, man. He was coming back. I got him in my other 2 leagues, so like I kind of try to draft the same way, so I'm not all over the place. Like you know, looking at all the different players, you know what I'm saying? And I'm 2-1 in my other leagues, and I'm 0-3 in here. And only the biggest difference is I don't have Lamar as my quarterback.
But it's some good games this week. Last week it was like I know I had I beat Les. Les was undefeated.
Yes.
I beat Les. This week, man, you got Bodge and BK. That's gonna be a good matchup.
That's gonna be a good one.
BK
been slumping.
He only lost 1 though. He only lost 1.
Oh, he did. So he did squeak out a victory. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I thought he was gonna lose that one.
Yeah. So you want
it's only me and Ray that don't have wins. So if that's what you want. And Ray both. But who gonna get the first? The first person probably won't get a victory until we play each other.
Hopefully you don't get one this week. You know what I'm saying?
I'm hoping for it, man.
I'm hoping not.
You got Drex versus who's your local JV team? Is that Undisputed?
Nah. That's the local JV team is
I got
Less.
Drake.
That's less. That's less. That's less.
Yep, that's Les. So you got Drex versus Les. Les got a pretty solid team.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got I mean, Rated X or who's Rated X? Rated X is that's undisputed. They're rocking right now. He got Mixon and T Higgins going. Whew. So he's out the gates pretty fast right now.
What's up with your boy Moore, man?
Bro,
DJ?
it's not him, man. It's Stinker Mayfield. Stinker. Like what's the guy? What's that's what used to be with Kirk Herbstreit in the booth. Stinker Mayfield.
Oh yeah, man. He trash.
Like
man.
that man, like I'm just like, come on, dog. Baker Mayfield is just
Oh yeah, you sacked Tyler Boyd. I think he eating too.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, he got 47 receiving yards.
Nah, Tyler Boyd ain't going too crazy.
Nah.
But fantasy, it's not going well for me. Going great for you. First year, our first year doing it. I'm enjoying it. You know what I'm saying? I like it. It's everybody's active in it, so that's pretty good. I'm glad we only did 10. Next year, hopefully, we can get some more in. I wouldn't mind doing like a 16 team type of joint, making the rosters thin as hell.
Don't be the tough one, man. I did a 16 team joint, man.
16 team.
That's tough.
Ooh, Teddy Bridgewater just got slammed to the turf pretty hard. Was that Teddy Bridgewater, or was that a kick return? Oh, that was the Tua replay. Damn, that looked worse on the replay. I'm surprised they showed. Sometimes they don't show that stuff again on NFL now. But yeah, like we were saying, the 16 teamers, man, that really tests you out, because like you really got to be on your game, and it's 16 teamers. The waiver wire is love.
Yes, man, you definitely gotta kill them waivers, cause
you got.
But you ever been? I was in the 16 joint when you had a waiver limit, like you can only make a certain amount of picks a season.
Yeah, man, that's how my main league is. They tried to they voted up at the 20 this year, but you won't, like it was only 15 moves a season, and you had some cats done with that by week 8. You know what I'm saying? Week 6, they I can't pick nobody up. I don't have no kicker. You know what I'm saying? Like it really make you strategize, man. You can't get greedy and chase the hot guy of the week. Yeah. Pause on the waiver wire. I'm having a rough night. But yeah, fantasy's fun. That DraftKings thing, man, you got to check it out, man. Got to check it out. I'm gonna post the link again this week, man. It's fun. We had 14 people in there. The top guy took home like $90, $10 to join. You know what I'm saying? So it's fun, man. I do DraftKings every week.
And what is it like? You picking what teams win, or like players or something?
You're picking players. So it's pretty much you're drafting you have a salary cap, right? So let's say somebody like a Cooper Kupp is normally like $9,000 to draft. You got to decide whether or not you want to invest, that much of your salary cap into a Cooper Kupp, or do you want to, I can get 2 guys at, 4,500 that can give me 15, but then you get Cooper might go out and give you 40. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's a game of strategy and drafting the right team. It's a lot of apps out there that help you do it. I don't use any of that stuff, man. I probably should, because I feel like these guys in the league are, and this thing is constantly used, because you see a lot of the people with the same players on their team, like the hot picks of the week type of deal. Yeah. You'll see them come up on like ESPN, Bleacher Report does one, stuff like that. So I like to just go off of like matchup based. Like I took Amon-Ra against your secondary last week, because I thought he was going to get off. I had him the week before too, and he went crazy. And I was like, yeah, against this secondary, he might eat. But then, like you said, he got banged up a little bit. So that's the name of the game. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta play the matchups.
Yeah.
So
true. I might check it out though.
Everybody listening to, look in the chat. I'll be posting the link soon for that. Join it, man. It's only $10. Jump in there. It's a good way. All you gotta do is win it one time, and it pretty much pay for your for the rest of the season for you. So, take a look at it, man. So before we get up out of here, man, I don't know if you had any final remarks or anything that you wanted to, get off your chest here tonight.
Yeah, I really just want to give a shout out to my boy Easy, man, and his family. My police killed him yesterday. They shot him like 30, 40 times back home. So, what I'm saying? Well, I've been dealing with that shit. So yeah.
Sorry to hear that, my brother, man.
Yeah.
And again, we are. I feel like we're at war, man. Like it's crazy times out here, man. Like people are getting more and more brazen. They get more and more bold, and just protect yourself. Be careful. Take care of yourself, your family, and just keep your loved ones close, man. Because they hear one day, go on the next, man. I'm definitely sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it, bro.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really know where to go from there. I was just going to rant a little bit more about EA, but that seems like minuscule in the face of what you got going on, man.
Oh no, you good, bro?
Nah, I mean for us, it's like what we got going on as a whole. We came on here and we were ranting and raving about EA, but like you said, there's bigger, more important things going on, and and recognizing and acknowledging that is something that we need to do, because we can't become desensitized to police brutality and murder and stuff like that, because we see it so much. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I always try to keep that on the forefront of my mind when I'm seeing these things online and not just scrolling by it and well, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because we see it so much, it's kind of like, oh, that's just another man shot. It's just another man killed. It's another woman raped. Or, oh man, this is another guy scammed the government out of Brett Favre scamming everybody out of taking welfare money. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that's what they do. Nah, man, that's just not cool. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of, and in a wild way to tie it in, you know what I'm saying? It's not cool that EA is taking money from us every year, you know what I'm saying? And we're unable to do anything about it. You know what I'm saying? So, I think about that as, in a whole, you know what I'm saying? You got, I see JaVale in the chat, man. We talked a little bit about stocks, this time last year when Dogecoin was doing its thing and all of the meme stocks were, doing its thing. And that all started by people just kind of really like, putting the information out there and not allowing these companies to operate behind closed doors on us. You know what I'm saying? Like Congress people having like direct lines to the news to be able to make the right investments and moves and stuff like that, while we, the little people, don't have that information. Now you got guys putting that information out there. All right, let's run it up on eBay. You know what I mean? So like there's ways to fight back, and the power of knowledge and the power of talking about it, that's one way there. You know what I'm saying? So talking about your homie that lost his life and putting some awareness on it. Hopefully the people that watch this, they go look into that story. You know what I'm saying? Because especially if it was wrongdoing, you know what I mean? Shining some light on that, because if we don't, these cops will escape, nothing to be done, and a life will be lost for no reason at that point. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, you know what I mean? Like I said, that's my parting shot, I guess. But you know what I'm saying? Prayers up for you, man, and prayers up for everybody, bro.
Appreciate it. Thank you, baby.
So,
I see you in chat.
Yeah, we see. Hey, one of our number one fan, man. We definitely appreciate you, man. Miss Canty over there showing up every single week, supporting us, man. We appreciate it. And shout out to everybody that stayed with us for this, 53-minute show. Definitely. And we'll be back next week at the original time, Friday, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central. Follow us on Twitter at Leather Helmets. Check us out on YouTube at Leather Helmets TV. And with that, we are out. Holla.